Seems like we have more room in here this week.
No, we don't. Still
Got my legs
squishy.
all sprawled out.
Still squishy. Yeah, you do. I'm still kicking the freezer.
Should have turned the chair the other way.
Hi, listeners. Welcome back for another episode of Smoking Butts and Tapping Ash podcast with your host,
David.
And I'm Travis tonight. Scott is still on the healing wagon.
Yep.
He's doing pretty good though.
Yep, he's still kicking.
Mm-hmm. He's still kicking. He's going to be on with us sometime pretty soon.
Yep, I just texted him a minute ago and told him that me and Travis were stealing my monthly cigar box.
Yeah.
And he's like, do it. I'm not going to smoke for another 3 years anyway. I'll never heal.
Yeah. He did it be a few months, but
It probably will be a few months.
it probably will.
You
be.
know.
That's part of it.
Just
But,
being optimistic. We want him to heal up as well as possible.
yeah. And they say
Don't want any holes in him. He's old enough.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But well, tonight we are smoking.
Yep.
Brought to us by.
Yep. My Monthly Cigars.
My Monthly
This
Cigars.
is the smoke. Brought to you by My Monthly Cigars and fucking good coffee. This week, we actually just now opened our box.
Just
for the
tonight.
month. Yep. Very excited. Got that in Friday. I did not peek inside.
You did not.
Until
You
Travis got here, I ripped the plastic open, and we both saw it at the same time. Tonight, we picked the Victor Sinclair Triple Corojo.
Triple Corojo.
Yep. It's very good so far.
Dominican.
Been smoking it about 5 minutes, probably. A couple minutes.
Yeah, a couple minutes. It's pretty good.
It's got I don't know if it's just the way it was in the package, but it's got a, unique shape. Kind of like, it reminds me of, I can't remember, the one that just comes in a bundle all wrapped together.
Mine
like-
just shaped like a cigar.
Mine's, not perfectly round. It's probably just how they were packaged. So I'll shut up about that.
Probably.
You know. I do
But,
like the band on it.
Have you done a retro on it yet?
Nope, I'm kind of scared.
I did one.
It's got some pretty heavy flavor to it.
Yeah, it is. Well, I wonder what this is.
I don't know. I
scan the
didn't
card.
grab my box with the code.
I didn't scan the card to see if it's
Yeah, I usually grab the card
I'm
out and
thinking
bring
this
it with
is
us. And
so far. I would call this a medium strong,
medium to full.
medium to full. Yeah,
I'm going to go with a hefty medium.
hefty medium.
A little chunky medium.
That's what my mom always told me. Like when we would go school shopping, I would be looking for jeans. They're like, no, Travis, over here you're in the husky. You had
You're
to buy
in the husky
remember
area,
you had to buy the
honey.
husky jeans. Yeah.
Travis, those are for the normal size kids. I know. I got the same thing.
Yeah, you come over here in the husky
Yep,
section.
the husky leaves.
I wasn't ever really the big and tall because I wasn't tall. I wasn't that big, But we had to get the husky
Yep.
jeans. I
Me
remember
too.
those.
Me too. They were like wearing cardboard. Because
Oh.
they didn't make cool jeans. and
No,
Husky.
husky size.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So how has your day been?
It was actually pretty good, man.
Actually, pretty good. Is a good new job going good?
Yeah, it's going very well. I didn't even realize how stressed out I was at the other place. 'Cause I can handle a lot, but there was pressure coming up from the bottom from the customers, pressure coming down from the top from
You got customers
management and
shitting themselves on buses.
yeah. Yeah, man. I didn't even realize.
Yeah,
Like-
you don't. Yeah, that thing you don't realize until
Yeah, life is just completely different the last 3 weeks.
you don't see me, Dim. You're still kind of an asshole to me.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I thought you'd be
that's
a lot nicer.
nature. That's
I thought
not.
you'd be nicer to me.
I
without
mean, I
all
fed
this-
you.
Yeah, after 2 hours.
I bought you a $35 piece of fish.
I think you bought it for you because you gave me
No.
like a little bitty sliver.
There's
and then
14 pounds
and then,
still in there.
And then you were like, I'm going to have another piece.
You know everything in my house is fair game to you.
Mm-hmm. It was good. Well, have you been up to anything else?
Yeah, yesterday we set up at the flea market. I went to help my wife sell some of her purses for the Christmas flea market up in Du Quoin. And that shit was freezing cold. It was just,
Yeah, and they don't turn the
I
heat on.
couldn't
in that
feel my
building.
legs, man.
Do they have the back? So they never usually turn the heat on because, like the races and stuff, the back big garage doors, they'll have those open.
Those were closed.
Yeah, see, I do know there is heat in that building because, like, once or twice in my life, there's been heat in that building. But usually it's a race or something, so they don't bother turning it on because that back big door's open, letting cars or whatever in.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Did you make a lot of money at the flea market? He's lighting his cigar right now for the listeners. I'm asking him a question while he's doing something. He's really toking on it. Touching her up a little bit.
Tried to go out on me. I think it's because the drastic temperature change from being outside to being on fire.
My ex-wife did that.
Nice. That was a good one.
Yeah.
No, I did. I took my artwork because I figured why not give it a whirl while we were waiting on customers for Angie.
Was there any nerds there that wanted to buy it?
Yeah. Yep. There's I did pretty well.
I have to say, not nerd-wise, but I did really like the Dukes of Hazzard pictures you drew.
Oh yeah, I got to
Those-
get prints made of those.
Those are cool.
Thanks, man.
Those are very cool.
Yeah, I like how especially the General Lee.
Yeah, the
I think
General
it
Lee turned out
very
good.
well.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't catch any shit over that. 'Cause,
Oh, my God.
yeah.
Don't
I
start.
don't really care.
If you
'cause-
do, just tell them people to piss off. I'm sorry.
yeah,
That's
it
just
was a
ridiculous.
show.
It was a show, yes. I'm sorry. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
If anybody said anything on that. People get mad over the stupidest things.
Oh.
don't they?
I don't know if I've told you this or not.
Go ahead. Tell me.
It's been about 5-ish years. I did a convention in St. Louis,
Mm-hmm.
and I did this Harley Quinn picture, from Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know Harley Quinn, like her costume splits down the middle, like one side's red, one side's black. That's just
Yeah.
how it is. So, like, I'm just drawing the picture the way I think it should be, and like in the crotch area, it had a line, like half was red, half was black. This lady walked up and she was about to have a come apart because there was like a ink line where I did the outline,
So you're like
down the center. She's like, I cannot believe that you have this here. I'm like,
So did it,
what?
did it look like a camel toe or something?
I guess to her it did. I mean,
You pervert.
looking at it from the outside in, I could see that, but obviously she doesn't know whatever. Yeah.
Well, yeah. What did you say to her?
And I don't know. It was like the people up there in general
Yeah.
are more offended than people down here. 'Cause like down here, people don't really care.
Yeah, they
They're
don't
just
care.
easygoing. In Southern Illinois, up there, they would walk by my logo, which, if you guys know, is a
Yeah.
giant red banana.
Mhm.
Like, and it looks like ink splotted
Yeah.
and all this. And they were just flabbergasted. They're like, oh, look at that. That's disgusting.
And they wouldn't buy anything off of you.
They wouldn't. They didn't. I made $0 at that one.
Really?
Yeah. It was like one of two that I made $0 at out of.
Holy crap.
I don't know. I've probably done 60 or 80 conventions. Probably 60.
I bet you've done more than that.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been doing like 10 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like, we'll say 70. That's probably pretty accurate.
Okay.
And,
People get their panties in a wad.
Yeah,
over
it was just there at that
Where
one in like the northern St. Louis area.
Mm.
It was Mighty Con. It was a terrible convention.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
So,
but anyway.
anyway.
Yeah, I hate it when people get all uptight about crap like that. It's just a freaking drawing for one thing. I don't care.
I feel like anymore, and I'll probably make some people mad saying this, but I think people just look for things to be mad about. They're
Yeah,
like,
oh, yeah, they do.
They're just like,
Yep,
oh,
most definitely.
You wore this. I'm mad about that, or I'm mad about this. And I'm like, you just literally want to. I think they just want drama. They want to be mad about something. I know people in my life.
You are correct.
I know people in my life that do that, and they're kind of not in my life for a reason.
Yeah, like, I really hate it with, like, books and movies and music and like, video games. Like, people just rip people for that kind of stuff, and the type of phone that they have It's kind of amazing, like when you get an Android and Apple like diehard user together, or PlayStation and Xbox, or people who think they're movie critics. They're just
or people who like have a pellet grill, or people who have a propane grill.
Yeah, or charcoal, or
whatever.
Yeah, it's all the same.
It's all the same.
It's just preference.
It's just preference. But
the whole thing is opinion. There's no such thing as a good movie.
No.
There's a movie that, the masses like in general, and then there's...
You want to know what? No, this kid is just wrong. A person I work with, a guy I work with, he said that one of the worst Christmas movies ever made was Elf.
He's on crack.
Yeah. He did, and then he went on to say that he thought Step Brothers sucked as a movie.
Oh, don't ever talk to that person again.
I was like, you're dead to me. Walk away.
Yep.
And he was legit. I'm like, well, that's just my opinion. I'm like, how could anybody have that opinion about either one of those movies?
I personally don't know, but good for him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see where you could say anything sucks. I try not to say that anything just sucks, because that's just what I think.
Yeah.
Like, I'm usually like, well, that's not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Me and you have disagreed on movies before our show.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. But I'm like, that's good or not,
Yep.
I'm waiting.
I'll just, my favorite movie of all time.
Favorite movie of all time, what is it?
Is Pool Hall Junkies. It was probably made with like $50.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I've seen that, but it's been a long time ago.
We'll watch it in the garage. We'll play some pool.
No, what's the other one with? Not Pool Hall Junkies. What's the other one with Color? No, is that Color of Money?
Color of Money is with Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, where they're the pool shark.
That's good too.
Yeah, that was good.
No, Pool Hall Junkies is my favorite movie, hands down. And I'm sure critics ripped it. They probably got like a 1 tomato. I don't give a shit. It's my favorite movie ever.
It scored a 2 on the Rotten Tomato scale.
Yeah, it probably did. We need to look that up in a minute.
What were those guys? Remember the two guys that used the movie critic?
Siskel and Ebert.
Yeah, Siskel and Ebert. They don't do that anymore, do they? Are they even still alive?
I imagine they're dead. They were like 80 back then. I know one of them died. I don't know about the other one.
Who knows?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah, who needs movie critics nowadays when everybody's a movie
everybody's
critic?
A movie critic.
Yeah, they were the most full of shit, though.
Well, I remember watching
I've been hearing good reviews of the new, is it Godzilla? Yeah, new Godzilla -1. It's supposed to be like the traditional Godzilla movie, Japanese, with subtitles. I want to see it. I imagine it's pretty good. Like, I'll think it's okay, because I think all those movies are just okay, but...
Like, the only one like that I will say that I kind of liked, and it wasn't Godzilla, it was the Kong. Or was it or
Skull Island?
Yeah.
I like that movie.
That was pretty good. That was a decent one.
I didn't care for the Godzilla versus Kong movie.
I didn't see that one. I'm not big on those.
It was kind of over the top action. Like, it was too much action, not enough people acting for me.
I am patiently waiting, because...
It reminded me of a Transformers movie, which... are fine.
The first two were good. They got a little...
Well, I think the second one is the worst one. I think every other Transformer movie is great.
I think the first one was absolutely the best. I mean, like...
First one was pretty good. Third one was good. Fifth one was good. The new one was good.
Is there that many now?
Yeah, I think there's 6.
Yeah, I think I've seen them all.
Have you seen the new one? Rise of the Beasts? It just came out.
No, I haven't seen Rise of the Beast.
It's worth watching. It's pretty good.
I am patiently waiting because also I apologize to the listeners that I did not post Wednesdays, this past episode's picture.
Nope, you didn't.
Not. I let everybody down.
You completely dropped the ball.
I did, because...
It's like you were busy moving or something.
I was. I'm officially homeless.
Yep, you are.
I'm officially homeless. You and Scott like to say.
You are now a freeloader.
Yep.
You're squatting in your dad's pole barn.
But anyway, they're hooking up my my internet.
Your Futiva?
My Futiva. They're supposed to be
fiber internet.
So
you're never going to move out of there after you have Futiva.
I know, that's the thing. I'm kind
You'll just keep building onto the pole barn.
yeah. We're gonna knock out this wall. But I'm waiting because I am a big Indiana Jones fan, and I have yet to see the new one.
It's out.
I know it came out December 1st.
Yeah,
came out this past Friday on Disney Plus. But I'm waiting to see it. I'm hoping this week sometime we can sit down and watch it.
Yep.
I've heard a lot of mixed reviews, and I'm going into it very, I guess, open-minded, not expecting a lot, because like the critics and everything hated Crystal Skull, and like Crystal Skull was okay, and I know at some point they had to bring aliens in. I mean,
I never watched that one.
well, that's what it is. At the end, it's aliens. They had to bring them in.
I also think the Indiana Jones movies are just okay.
But I understand that. Like, I think we've also talked about like the I want to say National Monument,
National Treasure.
National Treasure. Yes, yeah. Like you don't. I love those. But
Yep.
anyway, I'm very patiently trying to wait for that new one to come out.
When are they coming to hook you up?
Well, they've got the Julie in, and there's 3 steps. I'm on step 1.5, because the guy comes and says where he wants it, and then they Julied it, and so they've marked it today. So I'm hoping this week they come and bury it to the barn, and then the guy will call to come and actually install it inside.
I got you.
So I'm hoping by this weekend.
Nice.
Probably not, because I'm wanting it.
Probably not. It'll be another 2 weeks.
Oh, shut up, Dave.
I will say, once they get there, it takes them no time to hook it up.
Yeah, they're done real quick. Let's jump into this week's
The Rub Down.
The Rub Down, brought to us by our friends at Louis Barbecue Supply Company and Louis P&R.
Mm-hmm.
This week we got some. We went there and got Blues Hog. We left the bottle inside, didn't we? I kept carrying it around so I would remember to bring it. But it's Blues Hogs, the sweet and savory.
Yep.
And this is the first Blues Hog one I think we've done, correct?
On the podcast.
On the podcast. Because the only other one I had cooked with was... Why does it keep going out on you?
I have no idea.
Mine's burning like a champ.
I'm not even like trying to smoke it fast or anything.
But yeah, we've done the bold and beefy. I've done that on steaks and different things, and this one come highly recommended from Aaron. He said that it was actually one of his personal favorites in the whole store. But you could literally do it on anything.
I could see that.
Well, because I asked him, I said, "What are you cooking on?"
It's pretty universal.
And he kind of just said yes. He said, he goes, "I put it on ribs." He said, "Pork chops like you've done." He said, "Pork steak." He says, pretty universal, you know.
I think me and Aaron probably season pretty similar, like the correct amount. Like I could see you not buying that one, because I'll just jump right into it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like right out of the bottle, we both tried it.
Mm-hmm. And you got to tell what you cooked.
Yep. Like we tried the rub first.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the first thing I said was like, "This is a pretty mild rub."
It was.
And then at the end, it has like a nice pepper kick.
I got
lingers
the strong
for a
pepper,
while. Yeah, I bought a nice piece of salmon for us today.
Mm-hmm.
I treated us because
Yeah.
I knew we were going to be freezing tonight.
Yeah.
And it was freaking delicious. It seemed like it took 4 hours to cook, even though it was like 35 minutes.
It was. Yeah. It probably
About
was.
that, yeah.
Probably.
Because, yeah, we didn't come out here till like 6. And
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah, I put a pretty healthy coating on there, and then I made some butter with the seasoning, like
That was good.
cooked it together. It was good. That was definitely my favorite part. And honestly, going forward, what I would do is make that butter with that, because that, like, the sugar melded with the butter very nicely.
Very good in that butter.
Just on the grill alone, I think, just like the other sweet ones we've tried, the sweetness just kind of melts away.
It melded out, yeah.
Yeah, because I got a little bit of the pepper still, and that's about it. When we tried the fish with no butter,
Yeah, you did half and half, yeah.
then you put that butter on there, and it was freaking magic.
But yeah,
Then we put a light sprinkle on top of the butter, and that was just dynamite.
And like I said, this was the first time I have ever witnessed you actually add more seasoning after you cook something.
Yep. So what I would do going forward is just salt and pepper on the fish, or anything really. Make that butter with that seasoning.
And then put that over the top of
Yeah,
the fish.
glaze it with that, and then a light sprinkle of the sweet and savory. I think that's the way to go.
So, what do you give it then?
I give it a 7.5.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty strong. I'd keep it around.
keep it around. Okay.
Probably wouldn't be my go-to, but maybe.
Can
I
you
don't
think
know.
of something off the top of your head that you would like to try it on?
French fries, of course.
Oh my God. French fries.
Although that would be delicious. I would probably say pork. It would probably work the best on.
It'd be good. I think it'd be good on a pork steak.
Yeah, I think it would lose. It would lose itself in beef.
I think it's definitely one of those that, and I think Aaron had said that when he does it on his ribs. You know, of course, he's going to do it with something else. It's not going to be just that by itself.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, but you're going to miss a lot.
Yeah.
Now, your salmon, it was cooked very good. It did take 5 hours to cook.
Yeah, it did.
But
This whole getting dark at 4:30.
oh,
Bullshit sucks.
It sucks. And you getting off work at 4:30 sucks.
Yeah, it's not the most ideal thing, but I don't hate it as much as I thought I would.
You'll get used to it.
Yeah. Once it's light outside when I'm walking to my car,
Yeah.
then it's
and
going
you
to
still
be
have
fine.
a little daylight left.
Yep.
The salmon was cooked perfect. Very good salmon.
It was a dang good piece of meat.
It was a dang good. The little
I
sliver
got the biggest one that they had too,
Yeah,
so I knew it would be nice and juicy.
the little sliver you gave me.
I only gave you like half a pound.
But the rub, overall, I was the same with you. I tried it beginning because that salmon was you got a strong smoke taste off of it. What did you cook it on?
Of course, I cooked it on the Weber Summit Kamado
Summit Kamado, yes.
with Jealous Devil charcoal, and this time I used some of this peach wood.
Was that what you put on it? Okay.
It is, because I knew that you didn't like the heavy smoke.
Well, it was heavy smoke.
To me, it was like...
Well, you like heavier smoke than
I know,
do.
I know. That's, that's a lighter smoke.
Smoke,
Peach
yeah.
wood's going to give you that. If I would have used like something like this mesquite that's sitting here by me, that would have blew your ass off.
Oh, yeah.
Or this cherry that I have here.
Yeah. But it was good. Yes, it was absolutely the best with the butter over it and then a little dab of more seasoning on top of it. And you put a pretty heavy dose on it
Yeah.
when you put it on the smoker.
You couldn't see any fish.
Yeah, but
It was seasoned.
it definitely did mellow out a lot.
Yeah.
The pepper, everything of it.
Could be because it was such a thick piece of fish, too. The neighbors are taking the trash out. That's that noise.
Oh, I figured. But the rub itself, overall, I'm probably going to give it about an 8.
Okay. Yeah, we're close. We're
8,
close.
yeah. I'm going to even give it like
We'll
an 8
just
and a
call
half.
it an 8.
Yeah, I mean, because it was good. Like you said, the first thing that popped in mind was I wanted to do it maybe with a pork steak. I don't think like shrimp or anything like that. I think it'd be a little.
I bet it'd be good on shrimp.
It'd be good on shrimp. You know what I think it'd be good on is like crab legs.
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, with that butter. If you did that butter and just cook
Oh,
normal
yeah.
crab legs
Dipped
and
your
then
crab
dip,
legs in
yeah,
that butter.
dip-
Oh, shit.
that'd be good.
That would be good.
Very good.
You know what else it would be good on? And this is something I do from time to time is popcorn. Like get some good butter on some really
yeah.
good popcorn and sprinkle that on top.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to test the rub.
I've seen a lot of seasonings say that, like put it on popcorn, and I've never thought to do. I'm just traditional. I want maybe, butter theater popcorn. I found this one fine, and I've tested tons over the years because I used to have a popcorn machine, but there's a aerosol spray one. That's the closest thing you can buy, I think, in a store to actually true movie theater butter taste.
Oh, yeah.
Liquid stuff, yeah. And I can't remember the name of it. I can see the can in my head, but that's the best. But I haven't ever put like a seasoning like that on a popcorn. I've tried
try it.
the buttery. I've tried there's one that was like cinnamon caramel or
Ugh.
something, and I sprinkled that over.
I don't like sweet popcorn.
You don't like caramel corn?
No.
Oh my god, I love a good caramel corn.
No.
The problem with
Angie does.
the
but I
problem with a
don't.
good caramel corn is, to me, a lot of times there's not enough caramel on it. It's a little too light. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I like that tacky, chewy, like when you put it in, it's like
rip your fillings out.
yeah, rip your fillings out. Like if I do it, that's what I like.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Blues Hog, sweet and savory
Mm-hmm.
was the one, and so overall we give it an 8.
Yep.
Definitely try it. Go by Louis' barbecue supply there in Heron, right on 148, and they will be open. They're open every week, Fridays and Saturdays. Right now, I think from 9 to 3. on Fridays and Saturdays. Last week he opened a few extra days before Thanksgiving and everything.
I wonder if he's going to do that for Christmas.
I'm sure he will. Yeah, I'm sure he will. And Louis P&R now they're open. They're only closed on Saturday and Sundays.
What time are they open till?
They extended their hours. I think they're now open till like 6. They're open till at least 6.
Okay.
They for a while they were open till 7, but I think they kind of cut back.
For a while, I had a hard time catching them after work.
Like I said, when Julie and Aaron bought it, they kind of, extended the hours a little bit, and I think that was one of the best moves they did because when the previous owner, that family owned it, they would always close. Like I'm pretty sure they closed at 4:30 or 5, and a lot of people getting off work. I don't feel like you could get there. I know I missed it
sometimes
several
I went
times.
by there about 3, and they were not there.
Well,
Before Aaron bought it.
Well, see, that's the thing. When they've changed it over, they've done a good job of
Oh, there we go.
carrying on the same traditions and everything. Because it's still the same. That's one thing I will say. I'm really glad they've done with that. Is it's still the same Louis that we all grew up with. They've just
same stuff.
same stuff.
Carried on the tradition.
It's pretty in there. They've added stuff.
Yeah, it's just
but
better.
It's better. They've added more stuff and they haven't got rid of.
It's a destination.
Yes.
It is the destination of here in Illinois, I would say. It's
definitely.
the thing to go to Heron for. Like people would drive out of their way.
Yeah,
I know I do.
You go by and get lunch at. Well, I guess and that's Energy. It's either Polo Whip or Louis, but definitely Louis.
Yeah.
And you can go there and get you a nice hot lunch. And I like how they've added the tables in the front now.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, growing up, they never had any of that. That was, but they've done good.
I don't think I had enough cut off the end of my cigar, Travis.
You getting enough?
Did
you do a straight cut to begin with?
Yeah.
I did a V cut.
But this cutter is very shallow. It has a stop on it.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't overdo it, which I like.
Yeah.
But I just had to give it a second one.
That's pretty good on them. Because I have learned that, and I was guilty of it too. Whenever I first started smoking cigars, and just for the last year, we'll say maybe, I went to the V cut. When I first started, I didn't like the V cut, and I went back, but I always did straight cut. And I will say that I was one of the people that did it. You cut too much off, because really when
it's
you cut
very easy to do.
Yeah, when you cut that cigar, all you got to cut is just the cap. Is all you're supposed to cut.
Yep.
And some of these people, man, I'll see them stick it way down. And
oh, I know. Like cut it an inch off.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, man, you're cutting off.
Yeah, it's going to come apart in your mouth.
Yeah, you're cutting it too far, But
yeah, I got it just right now.
Yeah, just cut that cap off.
I'm going to try retro. I just did one, but I wasn't paying attention to it.
I've done a few. They're not bad. They're actually they're strong, but they're pretty smooth.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That has a good spice to it. It kind of reminds me of the finish of the rub that we just had. It's got a long peppery finish.
What are you drinking there?
I am actually indulging tonight in a nice little glass of whiskey that my best friend Travis gave me.
Oh, he called me his best friend.
Yep, one of my BFFs.
He says one of my BFFs.
Well,
there's some of the people I like better than you. But.
I mean, I only have 37, Travis.
What? What number am I? What number am I?
So this is some Cedar Ridge wheat whiskey. It's one of the little bottles that you had.
The Cedar Ridge? Yeah, I had that sample pack of it.
Yeah, I couldn't help. I haven't been drinking a whole lot, but I had to try those because I've been staring at those.
Dave, I saw the bottles in there. They're pretty much empty.
I have 37 bottles of alcohol in there.
Yeah, I think I gave you 35 of them.
No, you gave me everything that's in there. I didn't have any alcohol.
Okay, well then I gave you 37 of them.
There's 3 or 4 up in the cabinet too.
But
the ones I don't want people to touch.
I see.
But out of the 3 Cedar Ridges, this is my least favorite one, and it's still fantastic.
Okay.
The other ones were freaking awesome.
I don't honestly think I had ever tried any of those.
Me and you tried the one.
Did we?
Yeah, it was open, and I remember us trying it the last night at the barn.
Okay.
And I remembered that, and I really liked it, so I had to try those, and they're little tiny bottles, so I annihilated those over the last 2 weeks.
They're not like shot bottles.
No, they're
it's probably a pint.
3 pour.
It's probably a pint. Half pint.
Yeah, it was probably a half pint.
Yeah, half pint. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably accurate.
Yeah. Give me my thing.
Your thing?
Yeah, it's
What
that
thing?
time.
This one?
Yeah,
This thing?
That thing. Push
Here's
it.
your thing.
Time for Would You Rather. Would you rather? What I'm going to do this week is I'm going to take Angie's.
Are you? Okay.
I'm going to do it. 'Cause
Everybody has to answer this in the comments. On
yes,
the page.
everybody answer this.
We need to
week,
get some activity going, and we're probably to blame
well,
for not having enough
yes,
activity lately because
yeah.
we've all had some crap.
We've all
going
had.
on.
You've taken a new job. Scott's been MIA for
Half
a little
dead.
while. Yeah, half dead. And I have been becoming homeless.
Yep.
But starting tomorrow, we're settled and everything. So
Yep. Scott's alive.
yeah, Scott's
You're
alive.
officially homeless.
I'm officially
and
homeless.
I am at my new job.
And you have a new job. Of the three of us, you're probably doing the best.
We win.
Yeah. But this week's Would You Rather, we were inside trying the rub down, and Angie said, "I got a Would You Rather for you, and I'm going to go ahead and use it." Hers
This
was
is a pretty good one.
yeah, because once I actually heard it the right way.
Yeah, because Travis wasn't listening.
I wasn't. I kind of heard.
I know that's hard to believe,
Part of it.
everyone.
Would you rather have someone do all your dishes for you the rest of your life, or would you rather have someone do all of your laundry for you the rest of your life?
Right.
Am I correct? Yes. That's how I answered it. What was yours? I don't think you answered. Me and Angie did. But
I didn't. Angie's like the best wife ever. She actually does both of those. And
yeah.
thank goodness, I love her so much.
Yeah.
Um,
Rebecca pretty much does ours too. I mean, I help here and there, but
yeah, I mean, I take care of the heavy lifting stuff,
Yeah.
so it's kind of a trade-off.
yeah.
And she does too.
We do man
But,
stuff. We
yeah.
mow the yard and
She mows too.
wow.
I do the weeding, like the least fun part.
Yeah.
We have a lot of shit to
I don't
weed
even have a
around.
yard to weed eat anymore.
That's true. You're so lucky. Maybe you're the one that's winning.
Yeah.
But I would say probably dishes because
You would do. You'd want somebody to do your dishes.
somebody else could do that shit. I don't like having shit all over my hands, and like I have a really good sense of smell, so I can smell like the dish rag.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much you rinse that shit out; it always has a dish rag smell.
Yeah.
After one use, you could smell it, and I could smell it on my hands for hours. So I would much rather do laundry, and then I would hire somebody else to fold it.
And I'm just picturing that, okay, like, because you guys are the same as ours. In there, a lot of people don't have a dishwasher. Like where we're at right now, we don't have a dishwasher machine.
Right.
You have to wash them by hand.
This
now-
reminds me of a joke to tell you after the podcast.
But the thing is I'm like, well, really, you rinse them, you put them in the dishwasher, you push start. Okay, they're done. You put them away. And really, that was our youngest one. That was Cole's job. He would load the dishwasher and unload. So it kind of worked out. But if I had to pick, I think I'm with you. I would probably have somebody do my dishes the rest of my life. And I'm okay with doing laundry. Because, I mean, it's really just dumping it in, push wash, put it in the dryer, and you got the... Now, are you guys folders? Like, as soon as it comes out, are you one of those people that just put it in the hamper and put it back in the hamper and take it in the
it
room?
sits for a while.
It sits... Yeah, see,
There's just so much better shit to do than deal with.
And I did that, but it was finally one of those things that years ago I was just like, if you just freaking take it out of the dryer and lay it out.
Yep.
Because I know people that, and I think my kids would do it if it wasn't for me. Like they just leave it in the dryer and dress out of the dryer every day. You know what I mean? And just fluff it, fluff.
Right.
And get the wrinkles out and pull it right out of the dryer. But no, that's not as bad. So I would have somebody do my dishes as well.
Yeah, I'm very good at dirtying up dishes.
Yes.
Very good at it.
Yes.
I would
I think we
go
all
as
are.
far to say that I am a professional dish dirtier.
And like Rebecca yells at me, but like when I cook, especially like when I'm cooking outside or something, I don't.
You need what you need, man.
You need what you need, but also I'm one of those that sometimes you just need a spoonful of this, or it's like I keep plastic spoons out there. Now Rebecca's got no, just wash it, it's wasting money. Blah, blah. I'm like, am I wasting any money because I'm taking this inside and having to wash this spoon, and I needed to scoop some butter with it.
Your time is valuable.
Yeah, or I need to scoop one little thing with it, or do this. So I'm like, just throw it away. I'm like, you're spending, buy the big, huge thing of 900 of them or something at Sam's, and you've got it, and you're done.
That's what they're for.
That's exactly. My dad is the type, and my mom gets so mad at him every holiday. Like the Solo cups, my dad will take them and wash them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she does too?
Yep.
My dad will wash those. And the cooking pans, like the aluminum ones. You know what I mean?
If they're not bad, I will wash those.
If they're not bad, I've washed those. But no, like, they'll be bad. My dad's got stacks of them in his garage where he'll
if
wash
there's
them.
any, like, residue, they're gone.
They're gone, yeah. And pretty much I'm gone.
If it's just something I had something sitting in.
Yeah.
But if it's been on the grill especially, bye.
It's gone. Yeah, that's what
I
they're
do
for.
save those, the aluminum pans from Sam's Club that you get the sides in, like the mac and cheese and all that stuff back there in the deli meat section.
Oh, like the black and white one?
No, they're metal.
Oh,
and
okay.
have the plastic top.
I'm not rich enough to buy those.
Yeah, right, Travis.
The stuff, you mean like the stuff where they make like the potato, like the fancy chicken salad and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, we've never bought anything.
Those are the best thing.
We just stand from afar and watch the rich people get that.
Those are the best things to make smoked cream cheese in. It's perfect.
I just use my cast iron skillet.
See, that's another thing to wash. It's
but
like even harder to wash.
And honestly, if I had my choice, and my wife is pretty much on board with this, like, I would go straight cast iron all my pans. Anymore.
Really?
Because it's so much easier to wash. You just go over there and rinse it, wipe it out, rinse it off again, you know what I mean, and dry it, and then put some oil in it and put it away.
Yeah.
It's so much easier cleaning it. You don't have the stuff scrape, and then you can actually take something, scrape it off. Oh, yeah. I love cast iron.
That would explain why you like the griddle so much, the Blackstone.
Uh-huh.
It's about time for me to start griddle shopping again.
Oh, why? So you can let it sit and then trade it in a year?
No. Space was the main issue with that.
You and Scott didn't use yours.
I used it, but after a while I didn't because it was kind of in the way.
Yeah.
Like I had my smoker up on the deck, and the deck's only 10 by 14 with a table up there too.
Yeah.
So there was nowhere to be at. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. I want to buy another one.
Yep, this spring I'm starting on the barbecue shelter here in the side yard. Mm-hmm. It's going to double as a podcast studio.
I will be the only homeless person with 2 Blackstones.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll be the
talk
of Tent City. Go down there to the Brandons. They got 2.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's funny.
I bet you're the talk of this block just because you shop at that one little section of Sam's with the aluminum pans.
I'm like the last one to that little trick. Dude, I don't know if you can make stuff as cheap as
I've seen some of it. I will say what looks good. They always have a big chicken pot pie.
Yeah, I don't like chicken pot pie.
I will say Mitchell, my son, he makes a homemade one. I mean, the crust, everything. It's pretty good.
I'd try it if he made it.
You would actually kind of like.
I would probably like it more now that I'm older, but
yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of like the gravy texture and green peas. I hate green peas. So it's the only food
I hate peas
on the planet that I do not like is green peas.
I hate peas, period.
Yep.
But his also when he does it, like it's more meat. Like I'm still thinking like when I think chicken pot pie, I think of growing up like those banquet,
That's what I'm going off.
Yeah,
of. That's
those
the only
little
kind
nasty,
I've ever had. Yeah.
Those little nasty things you throw in when you're broke. Buy them for 56 cents a piece or something.
Which are probably like $4 now.
Yeah, probably, and they're still cheap or whatever. But no, he makes a good one.
Dude, get some of that mac and cheese they make there. It's like $6 or something.
I will say
it's freaking good.
The chicken salad they make always looks good.
Chicken salad's good too.
And
so is the chicken taco. Actually, our friend Tony told me about that. The chicken street taco kit.
Okay, I've seen that.
Dude, it's pretty good.
Yeah, but man, maybe I haven't ever paid attention to the prices. I just look.
Prices aren't bad.
I'm like, it don't look like very much, but I guess.
I always get the mac and cheese. You can just take the lid off, throw it on the smoker. Mm-hmm. It's already ready. It already has shredded cheese over the top.
So it's already cooked. You just basically got all this stuff's done, and you just gotta warm it up. Yeah, cook
That's all you do. Like it's very, very nice.
Well,
the cat's outside. Maybe
one day when I retire or something, if I don't have to feed my kids, I could shop in that section.
Probably be good now since it's already done. You don't have to cook inside your shed that you're living in.
That's true. Maybe.
Yeah. I hope you never burn anything in there. It'd be awful.
I actually cooked this morning for the first time.
Did you?
Cooked our breakfast, yeah.
How'd that go?
It went fine. I mean,
Were you sitting on your bed while you cooked?
no, I wasn't.
I'm just playing, but not really.
I'm just not really. What are you getting off this cigar? I'm about halfway through right now.
I'm not sure what I'm getting. It's good. It's a good taste.
It's mine
good
has
flavor.
Mild out a little bit. It's gotten a little more mild as I went through.
Yeah, mine has too.
Which,
There's a little pepper on the back of the tongue.
yeah, especially on the retro. I will say the retro has gotten stronger.
Has it? I'll try that here in a second.
I just did it again because we're about the same now. And man, I'm
close.
a little bit ahead of you. So you got a story for us this week?
You know what I do? And this
Were
is
you gonna
from-
tell me a joke? Oh, you gotta tell me a joke after.
Yeah, that's not for the podcast.
Oh, okay.
You'll like it.
Okay.
And this one can be this sound.
Cha-ching.
It happened yesterday. Well, me and Angie were set up at the flea market.
Uh-huh.
She was peddling her purses, and my artwork. We were just minding our own business. This dude walked in. People talk about gray sweatpants season.
Yeah.
Well, this guy had pink sweatpants on. And a raging boner.
Oh my god.
No joke, man. We walked like 2 aisles over, and like both of us just stopped and looked, and it was just there. Like we both looked at each other
can't look
like
away from
with a
it.
blank stare. And Angie said, "What the fuck was that?"
you just can't. It's just a train wreck. You can't.
Yeah,
look away.
you gotta just keep looking. You're like, "Oh my gosh, this dude is walking around like this, like it's normal." Like, and it was
And
full,
he has to know.
It was full definition too. Oh yeah, he did it on purpose. I guarantee you. He was probably out in the parking lot getting ready. You know, he's
yeah,
like,
I'm gonna get me some good deals in here.
I'm gonna get some looks going on when I walk through the flea market.
And they
with
were
all
like
the old
hot
people.
pink ones.
Yeah, they were like pink, like
hot pink, like bright pink.
like just your standard pink,
Just your
not,
standard
not
pink.
hot pink. Just
Okay, we don't have
like,
a pink in here.
You know
but-
those like sweatpants that used to say "juicy" on them.
Yeah, and
They
there was
were-
a guy wearing them.
Yeah, it was a dude wearing them, which is fine. Whatever.
Well, yeah,
I
whatever.
would probably wear pink sweatpants, but if I had a boner, I probably wouldn't go in the store.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, like I've got a couple pair of.
I
like,
thought you were going to say you have a boner.
I don't have a boner right now, but
It's too cold for that,
Yeah,
Travis.
no, yeah, I'm not even sure I have a dick right now. But
We have innies.
I've wear the sweatpants, you know, because I will say for a long time I was kind of just like, that's home wear, that's a little gray area, you know. I'm like, but now when you wear sweatpants, I don't wear like what we grew up traditional sweatpants where they're like the scrunchy
Oh no,
at the
I
bottom.
can't have that.
I don't like that.
No.
Mine are the loose. They fit like jeans. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But even with those, like
Those are finally back now. For like the last 4 years, you could only find athletic style
Yeah.
sweatpants
well,
with
you
the
can
cuff at the bottom.
no, I would
with
buy
the-
them,
with the
the
band
Nike
at the
ones.
bottom.
I buy these Nike
I
ones
know.
that are they're harder to find. Yes,
Now they're back.
I could find
They're
them at
actually in
Kohl's.
stores.
I could find them at Kohl's, and then the Nike outlets would always have them.
Yeah, me and my friend Monty have been complaining about that
Mm-hmm.
for years, that they've gone away because, you know, we both go to the Comic Cons and that's what you wear because you're stuck in a chair all day. You know, you want
Yeah.
to be comfortable.
But even what I'm saying is, even when I wear those, like I when I put them on, I make sure I kind of tuck every.
tuck it back? Do you tape it back?
So, well, I don't really have to tape anything back. I mean, you know.
Okay.
You know, but I mean, I at least make sure it's not
Just
protruding at all.
I gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, that's the thing. Some of these people walk around like that, and I'm like, embarrassing.
I know.
And am I the only one that just gets a giggle? And I know it's just natural, whatever, and it happens to me. Just and it's really just when a guy does it. When a guy walks around and has hard nipples, like protruding out of their shirt.
I mean, I have no choice. Like mine just stay that way.
I
so-
just get a nice little chuckle.
Yep.
There's a guy I work with that his is like that. He's real skinny and his nipples are hard all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, doesn't that hurt? Like your shirt rubbing against that? I'm like, I would think that would hurt.
Yep.
I always hate that in wintertime when I wear my Carhartt bibs, my insulated ones. It always
Your
lands.
straps,
It
yeah.
straps right, and man, by the end of the day, my nipples are so raw. You know, where it sits there and goes back and forth. Oh, I can't wait to get them off. I'm like, oh, it hurts.
Boy, we have some excellent content this week.
Well, it's because Scott's not here.
Yeah, it's bound to happen
Yeah.
eventually.
But he
Show
knows what I'm
about
talking
nipples
about.
and boners.
And you know what I'm talking about. It rubs your nipples raw.
Oh, I know exactly what you're
Yeah,
talking
because
about.
no matter how you set it, for those things to fit, that strap is
Yep.
right on your nipple.
The seatbelt in my car is positioned in just that way. So, like, any trip over like an hour is horrible.
Oh,
like,
'cause
it's just
your
cutting
nipples are raw.
into your nip.
Huh.
You know,
Yeah, whatever.
whatever. But yeah, homie had a raging boner walking through the flea market.
Did he come up and buy a purse or anything?
No, he didn't come down our aisle. Thank goodness. So I would have laughed.
Yeah,
I would've
like I
audibly
wouldn't have
laughed.
looked at him in the face at all. I'd have been like,
Like, what's that?
What's that?
I think he stole something.
You got a remember that Pat? You got a banana in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me, Pat?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
a
shit.
banana.
Oh, while we were there, one of my friends' mother-in-law and father-in-law were there set up in DuQuoin, Illinois, when it's like 45 degrees out, and they live in Orange Beach, Florida.
What?
And they're retired and they just have a camper, and that's what they do, which is ideal. It sounds awesome.
So they
But
just travel
for
around.
some freaking reason.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure they were up here for Thanksgiving or something, but they
Oh.
were still here yesterday, Sunday,
Yeah, I'd
a
be-
week
bye.
after Thanksgiving.
I'm gone.
Yeah, I would have been out Thanksgiving night.
Well, they have family here, I guess.
Yeah,
So maybe since they're already here and driving that, maybe they'll stay through Christmas.
maybe.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I would just drive back.
I'd be like, come see me in Florida, kids.
yeah.
Hop a cheap
'Cause
flight
I doubt
back.
if they drove the camper back.
Well, they might have if they live in it. I
Maybe.
mean, the thing is, they probably come up and stay for Thanksgiving and then just stay through for Christmas.
Yeah, but yeah, I was walking through looking at the stuff, and she's like, David. I looked over, and there she was. I'm like, what are you doing here?
So they were set up, or they were there
They
shopping?
were set up,
What? So
yeah.
they do that? They travel around and sell stuff?
Not that I know of.
Oh well, okay.
It's probably just like stuff they've accumulated that they didn't want in the camper anymore. I don't know. Oh, and when I texted you yesterday that somebody was set up there with all the stuff out of your barn, I was not joking. There was a dude at a table, and like half of it was the stuff out of your barn. There was the Crown Royal sign that I gave you, like the 3-dimensional one. There was that Absolute vodka cage thing that we pulled the Superman out of. It was all there.
I'll have to show you a picture of the guy that bought it and see if he was him.
Okay. I was looking, I'm like, well, Travis had that. And
Yeah.
I looked over and like, he had that too, and that. I'm like, what the hell?
Well, the guy that bought it,
Was he
'Cause
an older guy?
he was an older guy. He's friends with Angie's. Is the only reason I kind of messaged him back. Because you get some people message you on Facebook, and I'm like, and I always make sure if they're real or what. But he had and he showed me pictures. We talked for a while. He had a little man cave thing at home he was working on, and I ended up the last probably 30 or 40 signs I had, I sold them to him.
Well, I think he kept all the ones he wanted.
Probably.
Trying to recoup his money with the rest.
Yeah,
Which
I'm not.
I commend.
I'm not mad at
That's the
him.
best way
Yeah.
to do it.
Because the thing is, how I look at it is somebody that buys that stuff. That's all I told him was like, I want it to go to a good home.
Yeah.
So somebody who's going to buy it is obviously going to put that stuff
Yeah.
out.
And it was all the stuff that I wouldn't keep either. Like, it was like all the best stuff wasn't there. So he kept the best
I did
stuff.
like that Crown Royal sound though.
I did like that, yeah.
But the Absolute bottle, no, I probably would have.
Yeah.
I had it, but I had a ton of stuff because I had a lot of real estate to fill up in there. So I just had stuff sitting and hanging everywhere. But I don't now.
No, you sure don't.
So you got big plans for the rest of the week?
Yep. I'm gonna put the tree together after we're done with this. Put the lights on it. We're kind of slacking there because
We don't have our Christmas stuff up yet either.
I wouldn't imagine.
This guy's got 2 griddles and a Christmas tree in Tent City. I bet he's going to have presents under it on,
I almost choked.
Christmas Day. Oh, see, I just
Oh,
figured I'd
goodness.
just throw that in there for Scott because
Yeah.
that's what you keep saying. How's the tent? You got the heat on in the tent tonight?
Oh yeah, this is definitely the last night we're recording in the shed because it's getting chilly.
Yeah, it's getting a little chillier.
I don't even have the fan on tonight.
Yeah, if we do it again, we're gonna have to do something different.
Yeah. Maybe build a fire under your carport. You have a tent city.
Well, I've got the heaters in there, and it's blocked. I think we'd probably be just as warm, if not warmer, in there.
Probably warmer.
Yeah, because I've got all those big heaters. So
Yeah.
we'll try it next week.
This heater is doing better than the other one was, but
Yeah.
it's still.
But it also helps that you don't have this fan sucking all the heat out up here.
Yeah.
Well,
I was more comfortable last week.
now the only thing we need to touch on, we don't have. I posted, and I'll make sure we didn't get any questions, but for our smoking tips. So, do you have a smoking tip for us?
You know what? Let's start our Christmas recommendations. How about we both do one for cigars and one for cooking every week till Christmas?
Okay.
I was thinking about this earlier. So
you
what?
never let me in on anything.
I like to surprise you.
Surprise.
Yep. So what is
What
one
do we-
thing from each category that you would say is a must?
Like
For grilling, cooking on the griddle, whatever, and then something from the cigar world.
that I must have.
Yeah, that you think is a must-have for anybody that does both or either.
From the cigar world?
One from the
So you
cigar
mean like
world.
for like a gift item?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm on your page now. Well, in the cigar world, you definitely need cigars.
Well, that's a given. And then if you're a cooker, you got to have a smoker.
You got to have a smoker, so those are given. I will say, just gift-wise, honestly, and again, we've all done it, but there's a big difference in cutters. You got to have a good cutter.
Yep.
Like I've got this. My kids have got me this Calibri V cutter. I love it. You get some of those $5-6 cutters. You know, those little black ones. I call them the throwaway ones. Like I keep them in my cars and stuff. That way I always have one, no matter what. And they'll cut a cigar in a pinch. But when you actually get a Zycar or a Calibri or something,
it's a whole nother ball game.
It's a whole other ball game of how smooth it will actually cut it and how good of a cut you will get with something a little sharper and made a little bit better.
Yep. I do have a one of the black plastic ones, but it's one for a big ring gauge. And there's a name brand on it. It's not just one of the cheapies.
Yeah.
And it's very nice. I don't remember what the name brand is.
Okay.
So I keep that around for bigger stuff. And I agree with you. I think the first thing would be a really nice cutter.
A really nice, yeah. And I mean, like this one was, I think you can get them for about $45, $50. I mean, and they're guaranteed. I mean, you can send them back and get them sharpened and stuff like that. Well, Zycars you can.
Yeah, not
the
this
Calibris.
one.
Like I got a Zycar straight cutter at home.
That was a surprise that we found out that they do not sharpen them.
That I've had for.
Keep that in mind.
I've had that Zycar.
But they did say clean it periodically with alcohol.
Yeah, and it will help.
Because the oils from the cigar gum up the blade, which makes total sense.
Yes, makes sense. I've got that Zycar
Said you
straight
shouldn't
cutter
have
home.
to sharpen those.
No, and they're good. Now my number one from the like cooking / barbecue world, whatever, would definitely be a good thermometer, like a Thermopan or something.
Yep, you said that one before. I agree with you.
I think
it doesn't have to be $80 Thermopan.
No,
but it's better than a $5 Walmart.
That's right. Because
those are just crap. Those don't work very well.
They'll work, but
there's like a 5 to 10 degree difference.
Well, and also there's a 15 to 30 second difference in time.
Yeah.
You open that up, and you know, like they would say, if you're looking, you ain't cooking. If you're opening it up and you stick it in, and you're like, well, it's going up, you know.
Yep. I found it like a $20 plus.
Yeah. If you're spending
instant read thermometer,
because I bought a
must-have,
a Therma Pro. I've got one in the drawer, and I bought it I think at Lowe's, and it was like $26. And that one works pretty good. Now
I think I like yours better than mine. I got the Thermapen.
Yeah.
And it's the same, except yours has a magnet on it.
Yeah, mine
I
has
wish than mine did.
I like that. That was
Yeah.
one of the things I do like about it. Because especially if I'm cooking something, I can just stick it and it don't fall.
Yeah, I like the display on mine better. It's
Yeah.
like a black and white display that lights up.
Yeah, yours lights up. Mine doesn't light up.
And if you tilt it,
Well, mine does, but not real light.
It turns. Like if you have it upside down, it'll turn.
Oh yeah, see, mine won't do that.
Yeah, mine does. That's very nice.
I'm going to buy a Thermapen one of these days.
Yeah, I want to buy one like you have to keep at the grill at all times.
Yes.
And then when I'm like messing around with stuff, I like my Thermapen. I get mixed up. Thermopro, Thermapen, Inkbird.
Thermapen is the more expensive one, and they're good. And I think they have a pretty good warranty too, don't they?
I don't know.
I think they do.
We need to ask Scott because I think he stepped on his.
I think, yeah. Because since Aaron started carrying them at the barbecue store, he said maybe he can warranty mine out.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Scott needs to give him a call.
Yeah.
And see. Yeah.
So,
as far as cooking goes, I'm a charcoal cooker. The number one thing you must have, number one, is a charcoal chimney starter. Like, there's nothing better than that.
Yeah.
You know, to light your coals. A lot of the times I will just use a starter cube or a tumbleweed or whatever, and when I have time, and just let it burn up. But like if you're ready to cook now, throw your charcoal in the chimney, get it going. It's ready in like 10 minutes, and ready temperature wise to cook on. It's a must have.
Oh, let me ask you this: if you had to give up one or the other for the rest of your cooking, which one would you give up? The chimney chute or the thermometer?
The thermometer.
I
can eyeball meat.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Some people can, some people. I can eyeball most of it. Chicken's the only one, honestly, that I pin more than anything else.
I think anybody that worked in the restaurant industry, cooking like non-fast food stuff that actually cooks steaks and chicken, can cook fine without it.
Yeah.
So that I don't need it. It's nice to have because your meat is always the best at the correct doneness temperature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah,
I cooked for years without one.
Pretty much eyeball it.
I really did. I cooked for years without one. I'm like, sometimes mainly the chicken is really why I got it, because I would overcook chicken sometimes, but that's the hardest one for me to eyeball, especially like wings or something like that.
I got it for like pork butts and long cooks because, if you overcook that, you're screwed, man. You put in 10 hours in a pork butt and it's gone. It's
or you're
crap.
Cutting your brisket with a chainsaw.
You're mixing it with sauce is what you're doing.
Yep.
But yeah, it's very important.
Okay. Oh, and what about your cigar world?
I agreed with you. Number one thing would be a cutter.
Cutter? Yeah, I think so.
Yep. We'll say a V cutter from you and a good straight cut from me. Because you kind of got to have both.
Yeah, I go back and forth. I hear lately I've been doing just the V cut, but there's some that.
Yeah, lately I've been doing all straight cuts. Yeah, I haven't touched.
That's all
my
I
V
did
cutter
for years, and I.
I really like this one I got that our friends at Drew Estate sent us that has the stopper. It can only go in so far, and it just like shaves a sliver off.
Yep.
Like this one.
That
if
helps.
I would have cut that too much, my cigar would have been ruined. But it didn't cut enough, so I could just snip a little bit more off, and it's saved.
And those are
perfect
nice.
now.
I've got that same one because it actually comes with a cigar stand in it. I like that.
Yeah, if you put it face down,
if
it's
you
a
put
cigar
it face
rest.
down, you can put it on that.
Yep.
Well, you got anything else?
I don't think so, man.
Good for the people?
I don't have any conventions coming up. Well, actually, this Saturday is my last one for the year, and it was kind of a last-minute deal. Anybody in the area, come out to John A. Logan. They're doing the first time ever sports cards and collectibles just convention. It's not a celebrity draw or anything like that.
I found some of my old, like, when I was in junior high, probably like every boy was into basketball cards. I found some of my old ones.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, when we were moving,
Nice.
I was like, I forgot I even had these. They're all I had left was Michael Jordan cards.
Oh, well, bring those over.
Well, I'm gonna give them to Cole.
No, you need to bring those over.
You
might have something there.
You do know I have baseball signed by Michael Jordan.
Yeah, one of these days I'll own that.
No.
Yeah,
no,
you need to will it to me.
No, I'm gonna will it to Cole because he's the one of my kids that actually likes sport.
I'll make sure he gets it when he grows up.
Got a nice glass case for it.
My friend Ryan has a T-shirt hanging in his office. He works at the same place that I do.
Yeah.
And backdrop of his desk is his Michael Jordan shirt signed by Michael Jordan. He went to the Jordan camp when he was playing for the Bulls.
Oh, really?
Michael Jordan was playing for the Bulls, not Ryan.
Oh.
Because he was a little kid. Just to clarify that.
Just to clarify that.
Yeah, you know.
My baseball came from whenever Jordan was playing for the Sox, not the Bulls.
Yep.
Just to clarify
There's a
that.
short run there.
Yeah. But I've got one.
Yep.
I feel kind of special because like everybody has a basketball signed by him. There's not as many baseballs, I don't think, signed by him.
Probably not.
I mean, I'm probably loaded.
Maybe.
I'll probably display
never
that
know.
between my two griddles at Camp City.
It's funny, I was watching a documentary the other day on Todd McFarlane, like comic book artist.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy who bought the baseballs back in the home run wars between Sosa and McGuire. Like the $1 million baseballs, he bought both of them.
And you paid $1 million for him?
So, yeah, it was like some crazy number. I'm pretty sure it was $1 million.
For like he got every baseball that they hit?
No, like the first one that broke the records.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. I mean, back in the 90s, comic book artists were rock stars. Like the first half of the 90s. They lived like literal rock stars, like driving Lamborghinis. Because everybody was buying these comics that were overproduced. So money was just flowing in
yeah.
like crazy. And then, because people thought they were buying their future, you know. They thought they were investing.
Yeah.
And then a couple years later, there's 5 million copies of this comic book that everyone has 10 copies of. That's not worth anything.
So, okay, let me ask you this. We can give it real quick. Say you're like that, or like these baseball people or musicians, like the one-hit wonders and all these people. Because you know all of them, like, wow, you know, boom, this money's, I mean, you can't cash the checks fast enough. And you're getting all that. And you're like a sports guy or something, and you know, hey, I could get hurt at any time. You get your first check. Let's say you take that money, and let's don't say you're blowing a Ferrari or whatever. But what are you going to do with that money that you're going to try to live off of the rest of your life?
Well, I would invest it in something. I would like to say real estate, but I don't know if that's such a great idea anymore.
Hey, real estate is the only investment that always goes up.
It also goes way down.
Yeah, but it always goes back up.
Eventually.
Eventually,
If
yes.
you don't lose it all while it goes down.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to be able to hold on to it.
Right now, I would say comic books, good comic books, they'll always be around. And
But are comic books like everything else where like one day I'm just throwing it out, this Spider-Man one's worth $10,000 and then 2 months later it's worth $1,000?
Yeah, just like anything else, but you got to be smart about it, and that's what I've been doing lately. Instead of buying just bulk comic books, I'm picking ones that I know will hold value, whether it be 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 when my kids are grown. You know, I'm just selecting those because there's certain characters and certain artists that are timeless. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like X-Men #1 will always be worth money.
Will always be worth.
If
But
you
will it
get-
be? That's what I'm saying. Is will it always be worth the money? Let's say you
just
bought
have
big,
to make sure
you get a
you
good.
buy it for a fair price to where you're not going to lose money. Like the way to proof yourself from that is don't buy anything when it's popular.
Yes.
So
Well-
right now it's at a lull. Everything's coming down from the COVID boom that skyrocketed sports cards that aren't
because
worth
people were sitting
the
at home had
cardboard now.
nothing to do. So.
Yeah, exactly. And same thing with comics happened and toys and everything that I'm into. So I sold a lot of that because I knew what was coming.
Yes.
Now I'm slowly getting that stuff back that I got rid of.
But you're getting it back for a deal.
Yeah, it's like a normal price that I know I'm not going to lose money.
Yes.
It will at least stay the same.
Well, the big one to me is like, and I have a good friend of mine.
I have another answer I'll give you after you finish your story.
Okay, well, he right now he is really big into the vinyls. Everybody's big into the vinyls.
It's a
vinyl
fad.
record. And that's what I'm saying. It's a fad. But he's got some of these that he's paying $300 to $500 a piece for. Not all of them. There's a few.
Yeah.
And I think there's one right now that he's wanting that he's saying is going about for about 5 or 6, and he's wanting to finish that collection. He was like, if I need that record, then I have everything. And it's Van Halen. He goes, I have everything Van Halen made. But I need this
Yeah.
one record, and that record goes for about $500 or $600. But he's like, well, no, I'm putting those up, and he has a son, and he's like, well, that's going to be my son. That's going to be. I'm like, and I don't want to like burst his bubble, but in my mind, I'm sitting there thinking, when your son is old enough or wants to sell these, and says, well, okay, Dad's passed, blah blah, I'm going to sell these. How that $500 record might sell for $50, might sell for $5 at a yard sale.
Maybe.
That stuff scares me.
I'm going to
like
go
that.
back on what I said about it being a fad. It's not really a fad. It's an investment.
It is, but I think it's an investment right now because it's a fad.
The difference is, like the lulls in between
Yes.
the value spikes are a lot longer.
Because for a long time you couldn't
that.
give vinyl records away,
Right.
and now all of a sudden, everybody it's a cool thing to do.
You have to make sure it's in pristine condition.
You've got to have the inner
Number
sleeve and all this, blah blah.
And it has to be complete, like
Yes.
you said. And then it's an investment, you
Yes.
know. If you buy the set, make sure you have the set.
Set of all of
Keep
them.
it together. Don't sell it individually. You can sell the set for a lot more than you can sell each individually.
That stuff, if I
typically.
ever buy it, I flip it as fast as I can.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, man, tomorrow.
That's what I do with records too. When I pick
this
up records
stuff,
to buy.
I'm done. If I come
Yeah.
across it, I might get it. But as soon as if I buy it today for 20 and you offer me 40 tomorrow, it's yours.
Yep.
If it's worth it, you know what I mean. I'm going to
Well,
get
that's
what
cool.
I think.
I'll give you $40 for your new knife.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And Travis's gift for selling his house.
yeah. But
Anyway, the other answer.
oh yeah, what was your other answer?
I would invest in real estate, but I would invest in smaller, manageable homes
Mm-hmm.
that are off the grid capable. So they would be solar powered, tied into the grid, so you could sell your power back, and they would be self-sustaining. That's the only way I would invest in real estate, probably, unless it's just untouched land.
Yeah.
Then you could develop the land and sell it for more. But you can always do that.
Yes.
But if you buy a house right now, you're going to lose money eventually.
Because the housing market is going down right now. We sold. That's one of the reasons we sold when it was up, and I was like,
Yeah.
hey, it's while we had already went in our deal, it was going down.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I would actually build like small communities of smaller homes.
I think that would.
Like 1,000-square-foot houses.
Yep.
And make them self-sustaining as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you would make your money back 10 times buying one of those, because you would be out no money eventually. So that's always going to appeal to somebody buying a home, especially older people. Young people don't care. They leave the lights on.
Leave the light. Yeah. It's after.
But-
It's not till you're later, and
Yeah.
when you get tired of paying.
When you're our age, you're like, oh shit, man.
Yeah.
This $300 light bill is getting real old.
Yeah.
I sure would like to have some solar panels 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know a couple people that haven't had an electric bill in 10 years, and they sell some of their power back.
The solar panels, it's still a great. I'm more on board with the solar panels. Is like one thing I would do, like you were saying, invest. I would buy land and build a solar farm. Where the people are just having these 10 acres of just solar panels, and you're selling it all back to Ameren or whatever. Well,
That's more of a temporary thing too, because the solar panels are going to go bad.
They're going to go bad, but you're going.
And if you have that many,
That's the thing is
you would have to weigh your.
You're paying. They're paying for themselves
You
because
have to weigh the risk to
at
the
that big of a
reward.
thing. My thing is I would do that versus putting them on my house right now, because you're talking some of them you might spend 20 to 40,000 putting it on your house, and by the time even if you pay cash for it, by the time you recoup that money, they're going to need fixed, replaced. So I'm like, I don't know if you're really saving any because you're trying to recoup that money back.
It just depends.
And at $400 a month for an electric bill, it's going to take you a little while to recoup 30 grand back.
And that's why I would build a smaller home that would require, just a few solar panels to run.
It's like the electric cars. I'm still not on board with all the electric
No,
cars.
they'll get there eventually.
They'll get there, but right now I don't think they're worth the money. I think you're still going to be money ahead with a gas car.
Yep.
I just think you are.
I think so too right now.
Especially around here. I could maybe see it if you were in this. I don't even know then. Because then again, you're paying $60,000, $70,000 for a car. I was going to say if you were in the city and didn't drive that much.
Yeah,
but
if
then
it was just a backup vehicle,
Yeah.
I would probably have an electric car.
But would you spend 50 grand on a backup vehicle?
No, I would spend like 25.
Yeah,
which
but then
you can get.
Yeah, but then it's going to be used, and The
You
battery's
gotta-
going to be almost
you,
dead.
You got to go in knowing that it's disposable.
Yeah, because whenever it's done, it's going to be cost you more to replace the battery than to buy the new car.
Right.
But
Anyway, rant's over.
yeah, rant's over.
Yeah,
All right.
it intrigues me building a home that's self-sufficient.
Yeah.
I've been watching, me and Andrew's been watching this guy on YouTube, Chase something. He tours mobile homes and prefab homes.
Mm-hmm.
There's some really cool ones, man, but there's no way in hell I would pay what they're asking for these things nowadays.
Oh my! But
the average one is like $300,000.
What blows my mind is I hate it, and Rebecca would be like, "Why do you even turn this on?" And I wouldn't. It would just be every once in a while I'd watch it. They had this show on, I think it was Discovery or History, or something, Tiny House Nation or something.
Yeah.
And these people, that's what it was. They were like looking for a tiny house or whatever, blah blah. Well, we're going down to 400, 800 square feet. I mean, we're talking tiny house,
And they lived in a mansion.
Well, they lived in a mansion, number one, and they're going down to that. But then also, I sit and watch them, and they'll go through, okay, well, they sit down with the, quote, realtor or whatever for the tiny homes. They're going to build you one. What's your budget? Well, we're thinking 80 to 150,000.
Yeah, for
And
a
I'm like,
tiny home.
Well, and I'm like, for a tiny home, like, do you know what kind of camper you can buy for $150,000?
Yeah.
You hook onto it and it's done. It's not buying all that crap. And like
Yeah,
most
you
of
could
these
build
they're
a pole
building.
barn to keep it in.
Yeah.
And a camper for that
yes,
price.
For that price. And I'm like, I don't understand how these people are saying, yeah, I'm going to spend $100,000 on this tiny home that I can't move anywhere. That it's most of them are normally permanent.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, I could buy a camper with probably more square footage than most of them.
Yep.
And like I said, you could even build a barn or a garage to put it in and insulate the hell out of that. Oh,
Yep.
It would just get me so irate when they would do that.
I know.
My budget's $90,000.
It really cracked me up when it was like 2 people and 2 kids
Oh,
and 3
yeah.
dogs.
Yeah.
That lasted a week and a half.
Yeah, and they would
Tops.
go, and literally I watched one, they went from like a 5,000 square foot house down to like, I think it was like 600 square foot. I mean, it was little bitty. Yeah, and they did. They had 2 dogs and a cat and then 2
Yeah.
kids and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and these kids were young. I could almost see it if the kids were older and be like, well, I'm gearing to this because, like me, we've downsized now, but my 2 oldest kids are
They're gone.
yeah, I've got
On
them in
their
an
own.
apartment, and I'm like,
Ish.
you have 2 years until they finish college, and then they're done. I'm like, I'll pay the rent and everything until you're done with college, and then I'm done. Then it's your rent. But if I had little bitty kids, no, I mean,
No way.
because I'm like, I've got you for the next 18 years,
Mm-hmm.
15 years. So how am I going? No, you ain't going to make it with. No, nope. I'd kill him.
That one got you going, man.
Oh, it does. And Rebecca would get so, turn the show off. Why do you watch it? All you're doing is, I would sit and scream at the TV. Our budget's $112,000. Oh my God.
I like to watch those shows to see how they figured out storage solutions and like the stuff that they built. I like that part of those
Me and
shows.
Rebecca are very good at that, I will say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sheen has become her best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. These little magnet shelves you can stick everywhere,
Yeah,
hold
exactly.
everything. Oh,
I like stuff like that.
I will tell any of the listeners and I was telling Dave inside, one of the greatest feelings that we have done is we have purged for the last 2 months. And it's so freeing. At first, it was kind of like we went through round 1 of purging. You're like, no, I need this, and you'd put it back. Well, okay, then I would go 2 months, and I go, well, I haven't needed it in these 2 months. And then I would sit there and think, well, I've lived here almost 3 years, and I haven't needed it. It's been in the attic, or it's been in this box. So why do I have to have it? It's just crap. It's just in the way. Get rid of it.
Yep.
Yeah. It feels so freeing where you're just like, I have what I need.
Yeah, I
And
like
that's it.
multi-use items.
Yes, I do too. I mean, there's certain items that you need, and there are what we call luxury items where you're like, well, I want to hold on to this because, like I am. Anybody that knows me, I'm a cooler whore. I have a ton of coolers. But
You do have a lot of coolers.
I have a lot of coolers, but if you ask me, I've gotten down to, I think, 6 or 7 coolers, but each one of those coolers has a purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they keep things cool.
Yeah, but I have a nice backpack cooler that we take to the beach or to ball games and stuff. I don't want to be lugging around this big old, Yeti or something at a ball game, I just throw this on my back and go with it. But then there's sometimes where we take trips and we'll bring ice cream back from Florida or somewhere that we love. Throw some dry ice in it, and that sucker keeps it cold all the way back.
Yep.
But
well, there we go. That's a show.
there we go. We
Tiny Homes and Boners.
Tiny. That's going to be the title.
Yep. Tiny Homes and
Tiny
I don't know
Homes
if
and
I
Boners.
should put boners in there.
Yeah, Tiny Homes and Sweatpants.
There we go.
Tiny Homes and Sweatpants.
Tiny Homes and pink sweatpants.
Now, guys, don't forget to swing by Louis P&R and Louis Barbecue Supply in here in Illinois. Get all of your...
Yep, check out My Monthly Cigars.
My Monthly Cigars. Order some
that's
fucking
also
good
an excellent Christmas present.
Yes, it
for
is.
anyone that smokes cigars. This is a subscription to My Monthly Cigars and order yourself some fucking good coffee.
Yep.
Which is the best coffee I've ever had.
It is good. It is very good
Hands
coffee.
down. It really is.
Yeah, Rebecca.
I hope Scott gets us both a bunch of coffee and a bunch of cigars for Christmas.
He should. He loves us.
He should.
And
he really should.
He did say the other day staying at home was not good because he said he'd been doing a lot of online shopping because he didn't have anything else to do. And I texted him. I said, I can't wait to see what you got me in Dave for Christmas.
Yeah.
But, all right. And, until next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This whiskey is very good.
I'm looking at a half-empty bottle of Courvoisier.
Can I buy you a fish sandwich?
Ooh. See, Scott wouldn't have known that.
No.
He
like,
would
what's
not.
wrong with you guys?
He's like, what are you talking about?
I hate Will Ferrell. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, well,
Elf
he
is
does hate
stupid.
Will Ferrell.
It was
I don't
probably
even-
him that said that.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
No, it was a guy I work with.
I'm sure he would say that.
All right, guys.
Fuck cancer.
Fuck cancer, guys.
Bye-bye.